What's up, young ones? I hope you have pleased God and served people today. And I'm about to give y'all my serving of the people, okay? So right now I am washing dishes because it is March 31st. Tomorrow is April 1st, which is the start of a new quarter for me. Not only is it the start of a new quarter for me, it is the first of a new month. My birthday month at that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going out of town this week and I cannot be coming home to a dirty house. I do not like that at all. That would just piss me off coming home from a trip, and I gotta clean. So I'm about to do it right now and make sure that I keep this clean for these next couple of days. Also, I ain't really been doing what I should be doing for quarter one, so quarter two I'm about to start hit the ground, okay? And so like I told y'all, I started this channel because I wanted to talk freely about the Bible, right? I wanted to talk about the stories that you don't hear, right? We all hear those stories, those good stories where it's like, oh, God saved them and God did this and this is what happened and this is the bigger meaning. But we don't hear the heinous stuff that happens in the Bible. And I believe that every story in the Bible is there for a reason. So let's talk about it. So today I want to talk about Judges 19. Judges chapter 19. And so in this chapter we meet Levi. He doesn't have a name, but we know he's a Levite. And the Levites were the sons of God. This was the tribe given to God so that he could prophesy to the people. Like if there was going to be anybody that came that was like, oh, I'm a prophet, most likely it was going to come from the Levite tribe because they were the sons of God. He adopted them. And they came from the Levites. And listen, I'll go into that a little bit later if y'all want me to. Let me know in the comments if you do. And if you don't, I understand. It's a lot. The Bible is a lot. But anyways, so we meet the Levite and his concubine. And so a concubine back in the day was basically his second wife or third wife or fourth wife. It was any wife after the first wife. And these wives were basically slaves. If we gonna be truthful, they were slavish people. Like they was there for the sex with a master. Like yeah, they was married to them technically, but they were not like taken care of as much as the first one or the original, the wives. The concubines are not as important or taken care of as the wives. And so we hear about the Levite and his concubine. Basically his concubine ran away from him. And I want you to ask yourself, why back in the day when it was punishable by death to run away from your husband, to do these things, would she run away from this man to her father, the one that gave her to him in the first place? Ask yourself that question. We're gonna talk about it later. But she ran away and this man didn't come after her for 30 days. So she wasn't a priority to him, obviously. Because he didn't come after her for 30 days. So when he finally came after her, he came to the daddy's house. The daddy welcomed him because, you know, they were men. It was like, I don't know. And so he asked him to stay a couple of days, which he did. He honored that. And then on the day I think it was a couple of days in, he was like, I'm ready to go. Give me my girl and we out of here. I bet. So the daddy like, okay, I'll let you go, but just stay with me for one more dinner and then you can leave after that, or one more lunch, breakfast. And so the Levi like, okay, bet. So he gets him basically a little drunk and he like, well, now it's kind of late, so maybe you should stay. And so he did this for 3 or 4 days. And then it got to the point where the Levi like, nah, I'm not doing this again. We're not gonna keep playing these games. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. Maybe I can't put the name on you. That's like, come on. And so he like, okay, bet. And so at this point, he takes his concubine. He's like, we out of here. So they traveling. And then it's getting late. So he like, okay. His servant's like, hey, we should go ahead and come over here and stay at this city, right? But the Levite like, nah, this is an unknown city to us. This is not our people. We gonna go to the Benjamites. They pretty close by. And like I said, the Benjamite was another tribe out of the 12 tribes. Okay? And so he's like, we gonna go to the Benjamites because that is our family. Like, those are our brethrens. And so he gets to the Benjamite city, and the Benjamin's like, you ain't staying with us. Basically, God, Sodom and Goliath. And we gonna get to that too, yeah. So he like, nah, you're not staying with us. Everybody like, nope. So he's at the fountain and he's waiting, and he's like, dang, I got food, I got drinks, I just need somewhere to lay my head. And this old man comes to him. He like, hey son, what are you doing in the courtyard on the field? And so he's like, nobody will let me into their house, and I have everything. I don't need anything but a place to stay. And so the old man like, well, grab your stuff and come with me, and don't worry about spending none of your food, spending none of your money, eating none of your food. You're gonna dine with me. Hospitality for sure at its greatest length. So it gets nighttime, and the Benjamites, they got a little tipsy. They gon', oh man, send out that man that was at the fountain earlier. We want to know him. Now, I don't know if y'all know what know mean, but that means that they wanted to have relationships with this man. They wanted to take him sexually. All right, bet. So now you know that. So the Levite, they want to what? Me? Nah. They're not getting this one. But listen, I got this little concubine. Y'all can have her. Now, obviously, the concubine is his slave, so she got to do whatever he say. And they like, nah. The people outside, the Benjamites like, nah, we don't want her. We want you. He like, you can't have me. Throw her outside, have her. Close the door. So they take his concubine, and in better words, they know her all night. And you know what that means. I'm not gonna say it because they're not trying to censor my things, but you know what that means when they say they know her all night. And so they know her all night. And it gets to the point where the sun is rising, and so they let her go. She walks all the way back to the old man's house and it says in the Bible, where her master is sleeping. Now, right before she gets to knock on that door, she falls to the ground, she dies. Spirit gone. And so, now this is how I want y'all to know that this was not love. He did not love her. He did not care about her. She was not a priority in his life. As most relationships back in the day kind of was, if you read the Bible for real. And this is not the relationship I want you to have. But anyways, so this is how you know, right? Because he gets outside after she's been taken care of, taken advantage of all night. He tells her, all right, get up, get on the horse, we finna go home. Now, I don't know if he said it exact those words, but that's what he said. Get up, get on the horse, we finna get out of here. She dead though. So he realizes she's dead, picks her body up, puts her on a donkey, and he don't say like, oh, I'm about to go bury my wife, because that's what a concubine was, a wife, a second wife, but a wife. He don't say I'm finna go bury my wife. He takes her home, cuts her up into 12 pieces. Yeah, you heard it right. Cuts her body like she's an animal, she's an animal that just got slaughtered. Put a note on each part of her body and sends them to all the tribes to let them know what the Benjamites did. Now let's take a breath for this young lady that sacrificed her life. Now, yep, he cut her into 12 pieces, sent her to all the tribes. And this is gonna have to have a part 2, because, and if you want the part 2, no, I'm gonna give y'all a part 2. I ain't gonna play with y'all like that. I'm gonna give y'all part 2. But basically, that's the story. That's where it stops right there. That's where I'm gonna stop right now. Okay. I hope this blessed you. I hope this served you, and I hope it pleased God for me to get you to know this story, because I don't want you to just know the good stories in the Bible. I want you to know why God did what he did. Because most people, they preach on a good prosperity. Oh, God is going to come out for you. God is going to do this for you. God is going to do this for you. Yes, he is. But I need you to know it was some wickedness going on in this Bible as well. There was some things that we need to talk about that we don't talk about, because every story in the Bible is important.